Here's a way to make a simple block letter just a little bit more interesting by using some wavy lines. So I started out by writing an O with a yellow marker. I made it fairly large. You don't always need to do this. I'm just doing it to show you a technique that works really well for block letters. And then I'm using wavy lines just on the left edge of the inner part of the letter, the O, which in this case, O is just a circle. The trick to drawing smooth circles is to really relax your arm and your shoulder and to draw from your shoulder and not your hand. So you want to move your whole shoulder to draw that circle, and you'll end up with a really nice circle for your O, especially if it's large. So now I have just created kind of an interesting left side to this letter just by making a wavy line. So it goes, in and out, up and down. I created some waves, scallops, whatever you want to call it. But you can see it almost looks like it's blowing in the wind, like the wind is coming from the right, and it's almost moving it on the left-hand side of it. If you kind of think of it that way, it can help you kind of create an interesting effect. Some people call these drop shadows. I'm not so sure. I guess it gives a drop shadow effect. But when you add a wavy line instead of a standard line that follows the shape of the letter, it just creates a very different look. It creates some interest to the letter, some movement, which can be really helpful in preventing people's eyes just from getting stuck and just bored. It keeps it interesting visually and helps them be engaged, much more engaged in your content. And as you can see, that didn't take long at all. This video is 100% real time, unedited. So that can give you, it just took just a couple minutes. I actually draw faster without it when I'm not recording. But with some practice, you could easily do this, very quickly. So that's just one way that you can create more interest to your block letters, make them stand out a little bit more, just with using some simple wavy lines in your basic block letter.